Alright, as we continue to work on finding exact values of trig functions or trig ratios, one of the things that we are actually concerned with is having a fluency or having a little bit of speed with this. And so I want to bring this little cheat sheet to your attention and just kind of highlight what exactly it is trying to do. Now, this first section over here, we actually already took these notes, and so we've set this up that sine is y, cosine is x, tangent is y over x, or we can think of it as sine over cosine. This over here on the right mimics the unit circle. Notice it only fills in quadrant 1, and really what we're trying to do is give you just the basics so that you can generalize and quickly figure out everything else. If you'll notice that this is the I lost you there for a second. Let me pick back up kind of where I left off. If you'll notice, these first coordinates are our 30-degree reference angle. Then we have our 45-degree reference angle, our 60-degree reference angle. And so these values, as we've said over and over again, are going to be the same thing over here on this side. The difference, however, is that they would be negative, positive. In this area, they're going to be negative, negative, and they're going to be positive, negative down in quadrant 4. Okay, so here's what this means. With our, if we make this first coordinate negative, which would put it over here in this quadrant, what you would notice is that let me start back over. Let me start over with A. We have these letters Astc, and I apologize for fumbling around a little bit. And we have a little acronym that helps us remember exactly what they are. And typically what math teachers will say is that this stands for all students take calculus. So ASTC, all students take calculus. And what this is meant to do is help remind us what is positive. So in quadrant 1, everything, all, sine, cosine, tangent, everything is positive because you're dealing with positive numbers. Over here in quadrant 2, it is your sine value that is positive. Cosine is going to be negative, and since tangent is sine over cosine, you're going to have a positive over a negative. Tangent is going to be negative, and so the only values that are positive are your sine values. In quadrant 3, down here, take, all students take calculus, you're going to have a negative over a negative, or your coordinates are going to be negative, negative, which means that sine is going to be negative, cosine is going to be negative, but when you take one and put it over the other, it's going to mean that tangent is positive. Similar to quadrant 2, this would be positive, negative. So your sine value would be negative. Your tangent value would be negative because it's sine over cosine, and your cosine is the only one that is positive. So all students take calculus is a quick little way for you to remember which ones are what is positive in each quadrant. By doing such a bare-bone basic outline of the unit circle, it's not going to eat up all of your time doing every single little thing, filling in every detail, but it will kind of give you quick reference points that you can figure out. Oh yeah, pi over 3 is right here. 2 pi over 3 is the same coordinates with the same reference angle. And so you can quickly fill in the blanks and solve these problems with accuracy.